What's up, a Cinema Shogun here with some absolutely devastating news for the MCU. Just in case you all have not been keeping track, Disney and Marvel managed to put together the most successful film franchise in movie history with the Marvel movies, otherwise known as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU. But a once great franchise has really fallen because over the past couple of years, all of the movies and TV shows coming out of the MCU have been lackluster at best. And they have all been ruined by identity politics. Yes, the wokeness has crept right into Marvel, and it has completely destroyed a highly successful film franchise. I mean, these Marvel movies were like printing money. You could just put it out and they were hitting $1 billion. And then they decided, hey, instead of telling good stories, instead of honoring these characters, we're going to fill them with political propaganda and stuff our viewpoints down your throats. Now, of course, this has led to diminishing ticket sales. The last movie, Ant-Man Quantumania, it was a flop. These movies and these TV shows are flopping left and right. People are losing their jobs. It is straight chaos at Disney right now, especially in the Marvel department. With a lot of the people who do the VFX work, the special effects work, they're overworked. They're complaining they're not being treated right. It's a total and complete mess. Well, moving forward, the MCU has decided to replace all of its loved characters with female versions of those characters that no one asked for and no one wants. Don't get me wrong. Marvel has some of the best women superheroes you can think of. But they're not bringing them out. No, they're bringing female equivalents to every Marvel hero we loved. So there will be a female Thor, a female Iron Man, a female Black Panther, a female Hawkeye. The list goes on. Shall I continue? Do you have enough time in the day? I surely do not. But much of the MCU going forward is going to be centered around one man. And that man is Jonathan Majors, who is playing Kang, the next big bad of the MCU, who will be appearing in various movies and television shows for the next almost a decade. But there's only one small problem, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier this morning, Jonathan Majors was arrested for assaulting a woman allegedly. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I am not here. I want to make myself clear. I am not here to tell you that Jonathan Majors is guilty, and I'm definitely not here to defend him. I'm just here to report the news. And the news is Jonathan Majors has been arrested. And boy, oh boy, I would pay good money. I would take every dollar out of my pocket right now and happily give it to Marvel if I could see the look on Kevin Feige's face. Because the MCU, they're in a rut right now. Because they've been pushing women empowerment. They've been pushing all of these agendas, and now their main star just got arrested for assaulting a woman. Let's go ahead and dive into this article and find out what exactly happened, because this does not look good. And you know, Jonathan Majors he's like the it guy in Hollywood right now. So this comes at the peak of his career. But let's go ahead and see what's going on. Jonathan Majors was arrested in New York City this weekend. And according to police, he's been accused of putting hands on a woman. But John's team is calling BS. Law enforcement sources tell us the actor was booked Saturday morning on charges of strangulation, assault, and harassment. We're told cops responded to a call for service around 11 a.m. near the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan. We're told the alleged victim in this case, a female, relayed to police that Majors had gotten into a dispute with her and proceeded to attack her. Their exact relationship is unknown. Our sources tell us the alleged victim had visible injuries, including a laceration behind her ear, redness, and marks on her face. She was taken to an area hospital and is in stable condition. As for Majors, he was cuffed and taken to jail on the spot, as police felt there was enough evidence for probable cause. We're hearing he is currently out of custody. Majors is a huge celeb these days. He's been in everything from Marvel's latest Ant-Man movie to Michael B. Jordan's Creed 3, which is in movie theaters right now as we speak. There's also been an update to this story, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what allegedly happened to lead up to this. Per law enforcement sources, police were told that the alleged victim is actually Major's girlfriend. And, according to her, they got into an argument while in a taxi returning home from a bar in Brooklyn. Our sources say police were told the girlfriend saw another woman texting Majors, and then she confronted him, trying to sneak a peek at his phone. We're told the alleged victim girlfriend claims this got Majors furious and upset, and that he allegedly grabbed her hand and allegedly slapped her. We're also told that the alleged victim claims he allegedly put his hands around her neck during this situation. Sources say the woman was dropped off somewhere and that Jonathan Majors spent the night elsewhere. It appears that the girlfriend went to the police the following morning, Saturday, and reported the crime. So that is the complete rundown of everything we know about this situation right now. Is Jonathan Majors guilty? Is Jonathan Majors innocent? I don't know. I do know that often women lie, especially on men who have some type of power. It happens all the time. But I also know that people in Hollywood are often garbage people. So it wouldn't surprise me if Jonathan Majors did this. Also, everyone in Hollywood is also a human being capable of making mistakes and doing something stupid. So I wouldn't necessarily put this past Jonathan Majors, but at the same time, I'm not there. I haven't seen evidence with my own eyes. We have to take the police's word for it. And they say there's lacerations and marks on this girl's face that provided enough probable cause for them to make the arrest. So the question is, what happens moving forward? I'm not big on cancel culture. I'm not here to crucify Jonathan Majors in any way. But let's be honest here. Disney has created an environment where people get fired for way less. Gina Carano got fired from The Mandalorian because she put out some tweets that Disney didn't like. Okay? Not even controversial tweets. And because she would not use pronouns in her bio. They fired Gina Carano for that. Tim Allen. We all know Tim Allen, the voice of Buzz Lightyear. When they released that new Lightyear movie, what was that, about a year or so ago? They replaced the voice of Buzz Lightyear with Chris Evans. Why? Because Disney doesn't like Tim Allen's political views. Mind you, that Lightyear movie flopped, and now they ran back to Tim Allen to do more Buzz Lightyear, but they had to learn the hard way, right? So what my feelings about this is this. Regardless if Jonathan Majors is guilty or not, Disney has fired people for way less. And I think it's time that we hold these people's feet to the fire. Hold them to their same standards. The MCU has turned into nothing but a complete feminist fest. And the sad part is, women don't even want to watch this. It turns out that most women going to superhero movies, they go there to watch dudes in spandex with six-packs. They're not there to watch a Mary Sue, oh, I'm a woman, so I'm suddenly smarter and better than you, female version of Hawkeye and Iron Man. Even women do not want that. And we know that because the ticket sales have gone down. But the MCU wants to preach women empowerment, women empowerment. Meanwhile, they've ruined all of their women characters. They write them one-dimensionally. But if there's so much about women empowerment, then how could the center of the MCU, how could the center of the MCU and how could the entirety of the MCU revolve around a man that just got arrested for strangulating and slapping a woman? Marvel wants to be the feminist, right? Women empowerment, right? All right. So how in the hell can the lead of the MCU moving forward, the lead villain, and make no mistake about it, these movies are going to be centered around this character. How can they do that? How can they go along with this feminist agenda while simultaneously having the center of their movie universe be someone who was just arrested for something like this? Ask yourself that question. So now it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting seeing how this is handled moving forward. I'm not calling for Jonathan Majors to be fired. What I'm calling for is for Disney to hold themselves to the same standard that they already set for themselves. If they want to preach, then they need to back it up. If you want to talk about it, be about it, Disney. So let's see what happens moving forward. How much do you want to bet that there's so much writing on this that this little story disappears? Disney's going to try to make this story disappear. But if it doesn't, then like I said, either way, I think we should hold these people to their feet to the fire. Hold them accountable. And let's see what happens moving forward. Because if they want to preach about this, if they want to ruin these movies, then okay, we can play that game too, right? But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.